Virpil versus Winwing. In particular, the F18 panels versus the Virpil Control Panel. I've had a few emails, a couple of questions, people commenting on why did I switch out my F18 panels for the control panel too. And I'm going to go through that. So I've got both of the panels here. And I'll just lift them up for you. So look, both of these are fantastic flight panels. Both of them are absolutely brilliant. Now, I did do a full review of both of these, so go back and check for the F18 panel and the Virpil Control Panel too. There's a specific reason I actually changed to the Virpil Control Panel too, and I'll go through that soon. Now, the build quality on both panels are very, very good. The Virpil Control Panel, I would have to say, is a large step, not a large step, just as a full step above what Winwing are producing. And that doesn't mean that the Winwing stuff is crap, because it's not. It's still very good, but you can tell when you look real close at the Virpil equipment, the attention to detail and the finish on the Virpil stuff is like stunning. It's absolutely stunning. As far as the buttons and switches go, both panels have got rotary dials. You know, you've got the gear lever. We've got some momentary switches there. Now, continuing on with the quality between both of these panels. The Virpil switches are slightly nicer. The Virpil gear lever, quality-wise, it feels about the same as the Winwing, but I just like the detent and the Virpil Winwing gear lever. The rotational dials on the Virpil are also a step above what you get on the Winwing. The finish in the metal on the case, same story again, it's just that little bit better. But Virpil does have one thing that I love that you can't do on the Winwing F18 panels. And that's those momentary push buttons that have a little clear plastic cap that you can pull off and you can insert your own sticker, which is an absolutely brilliant idea. I use it, I love it. Both of these panels have got plenty of switches. They're not massively different in that sense. The prices are kind of like the same. Virpil is €250, I believe, and the Winwing you're going to pay about $300. Why did I change this out? Well, when I first started DCS, the F18 was all I wanted to fly. That was it. I had no intentions of flying any other jets, and that was great. I got the Winwing, and you know, I started using it. Fell in love with it. But the deeper I got into DCS, the more planes I kind of started to fly. You know, I was trying out the F15, the F16. I moved on to the Spitfire. I did a little bit in the P51. I play Flight Simulator as well, so keep that in mind. I fly a couple of different planes in Flight Simulator. Also, you can throw a little bit of War Thunder in there in the simulated battles. Now, where I struggled with the transitioning through all those sims was on the F18 panels. Obviously, it's designed for an F18. All the most common or mostly used functions you need in DCS for the F18 are kind of on that panel. And, you know, the whole thing is just, you know, it's just designed for an F18 jet. When I would fly in other planes, there was functions that I would assign to the F18 panel. I started to struggle with remembering a lot of those functions that I'd programmed in. And that's when I started looking at the Virpil. And the Virpil Control Panel 2, it's a much more generic layout. And when I say generic, I'm kind of talking like it's split up into nice sections. And the way you can customize it, it kind of fits better across a multitude of sims and jets. And what I ended up doing was those custom clear cap momentary switches. You know, I just put all my most used functions in here. Those carry across every single sim. I'll just bring them up again so you can see. I do have to mention that both of these Winwing panels, they are single panels. That you'll buy them as single units, but really you probably want to be buying both of them at the same time. So that's like a double unit as such. And this is obviously a single unit. Both of these panels, I love them both, I really do. I'm just flying a few different planes now, which makes using the F18 panel, it's not difficult. This is just easier. If you fly a few different jets, a few different sims for that matter, then I would recommend going something like this with a more generic layout. It just works far, far better. If you are solely on the F18 and the F18 is the only one you fly, obviously the Winwing is an absolute no-brainer.